Right now at 5, his bike helmet shattered.
It just went over my helmet and me.
But it saved this 4-year-old's life, and you won't believe who was behind the wheel of the truck that hit him.
I was screaming, stop, stop.
The important lessons for all kids and parents. News Channel 8 HD starts now. Good afternoon. When Urbandale paramedics rushed to little Eli Dobbs' house Saturday, they knew he'd been run over by a truck.
What they didn't know was who was behind the wheel or how a 4-year-old whose little helmet was shattered could possibly survive. To a 4-year-old.
4.5.
Okay, 4.5-year-old. There's independence and speed.
Because you can go faster.
In 2 wheels.
Just within the last month, he's taken his training wheels off, so he's been riding a lot.
And the cul-de-sac rule? A helmet every time.
So you don't fall off and bonk your head.
But this is helmet number 2. The first?
It broke.
How'd it break?
When the truck ran over me.
It happened Saturday in a neighbor's driveway.
As I turn around, I see a truck with no one that I can see driving, rolling back over, looked like about to roll over 3 boys.
Including Eli.
And I was screaming, stop, stop.
I saw the tire go up over his bike and saw him under the truck as well.
This went over my helmet and me.
There was a 2-year-old inside that must have somehow put it into gear.
It was scary.
The chin strap was still around his neck with a piece of helmet on it.
Shattered in so many pieces.
6, 7, 8.
Police are convinced the tire crushed it.
We definitely feel like the helmet saved his life. For it to shatter like that, something had to have hit it, whether it was the wheel or something, and if it wouldn't have hit his helmet, it would have hit his head, and that could have been possibly fatal.
Eli has owies.
Right here on this spot.
Plenty of them.
On my forehead and some on my face, and
But after a little bike repair
kind of got old, but my neighbor fixed it.
and a hospital overnight, Eli came home, clipped on his backup.
You have to put a helmet on.
You do? Why?
Because so you don't fall off and hit your head.
And triggered tears of thankfulness.
I totally think it's a miracle, and it was God's protection over both him and our neighbors.
No one's quite sure how the 2-year-old neighbor kid got into that truck or shifted it into neutral to get it going. The tires just missed those other boys, and Eli's parents are thankful he followed their rule: never ride a bike without a helmet, ever.
Des Moines lawmaker Akeo Abdul-Samad has been diagnosed with a brain tumor. Doctors discovered the tumor last week after he reported headaches and dizzy spells. Brain surgery is scheduled for tomorrow. Coming up tonight on News Channel 8 at 6, Abdul-Samad talks exclusively with News Channel 8 about why he is at peace with his diagnosis.
Drake University is mourning the loss of a student while police search for answers. Lydia Clark died Saturday afternoon. According to a police report, she had been out the night before celebrating her 21st birthday and had taken as many as 16 shots of alcohol. She went to bed at 3:30. At 9:30 a.m., friends say she woke very sick but was able to walk. Just after noon, they found her in the bathroom, not breathing. It's not clear if alcohol contributed to her death or not. Friends say she died from an undetected heart condition. Clark was a junior at Drake, majoring in international relations and rhetoric. Drake University says she'll be greatly missed.
And new developments in the search for a missing Kansas City baby. Police searched a well discovered in the backyard of an abandoned home but found nothing. The home is near the Irwins, where 10-month-old Lisa Irwin was reported missing last Monday. Meantime, Lisa's aunt says the baby's mother is preparing to be arrested, saying she believes police are spending too much time focused on the family instead of finding a suspect.
A follow-up now on an East Side Des Moines bar, the site of a weekend homicide. Courtside Bar and Grill has temporarily lost its liquor license. There's no word on how long the suspension will last, but police say the bar has a history of violence. The owners of Courtside say the focus should be on the crime, not their bar. 32-year-old Marion Harrison was shot just outside the bar Sunday morning. Police are still looking for a suspect. And in Ames, police are asking the city council tonight to deny the renewal of a liquor license for this campus town bar. Officers have issued nearly 50 citations over the past year for underage drinking at Club Element. They've found people passed out at the bar and no one at the door to stop underage drinkers from entering. Officers have tried working with the bar's owners, but they say the problems have continued. An early afternoon fire today gave some employees of an Altoona business an extra long break this afternoon. The fire outside the artistic manufacturing company forced the evacuation of its employees for about an hour. It was sparked by the dust collection system outside of the building. No one was injured. Fire officials credit safeguards put in place by the company to slow the spread of that fire.
5 months ago, he was a relative unknown in the political world, but as Kerry Gavin shows us now, Herman Cain is now surging ahead in the presidential polls nationally and here in Iowa.
It's been a few weeks since Herman Cain stopped in Iowa, but ever since winning the Florida straw poll, Cain has seen a sudden rise in support.
Mr. Cain is feeling very good about his campaign both nationally and in Iowa, and we're excited about it.
Larry Toole is director of Cain's Iowa campaign. He spent part of his morning going through appearance requests.
His schedule is just full, and he is out, he's raising money, and he's campaigning, and he's grassrooting, and he's doing all of those good things, but he has to be in more than one state.
How you doing, my friend?
Since the beginning of the year, Toole says Cain has made 63 trips to Iowa, most of those before he began rapidly rising into the top tier of candidates. In a new NBC Marist poll of likely Iowa Republican caucus goers, Romney leads with 23%. Herman Cain is right behind him with 20%. Toole says the hype around Cain will not be temporary.
We think that this is more than a flavor of the month. We think that he really has a strong presence, a strong grassroots support, Tea Party support, and we think he's going to do very well.
KCCI political analyst Dennis Goldford says Cain's message of simplicity and his charisma have helped him tremendously.
For crowds that really are driven by the emotions of frustration and fear and anger, he works that really well.
Remove that wall.
Voters also like that Cain is a citizen politician, but Goldford says his lack of experience in foreign policy may hurt him.
Is he a ready for primetime player? Well, once you get past sound bites and phrases, there's some question as to whether really he's done his homework.
A lot of people will be looking to see if Cain did his homework tonight in the debate. The arrangement of candidates will reflect Cain's recent increased visibility. It's expected that he'll be between Romney and Perry to reflect his recent surge in support.
And Kerry, as you mentioned, we haven't seen him here in quite a while. When will he be back in Iowa?
Toole says Cain is looking to come to Iowa sometime this month, but the next official date is set for November 19th. That's the Family Leader Forum, which is here in Des Moines.
All right, thank you, Kerry. And Mitt Romney has picked up a big endorsement from a man many had hoped would enter the presidential race. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie announced his support for Romney today. And all 7 candidates will be in Romney's home state tonight. New Hampshire is the site of the latest Republican presidential debate. The economy is likely to be a key topic. You can watch for complete coverage coming up on News Channel 8 at 10.
You can expect to see protesters back at the State House tonight here in Iowa. 32 Occupy Iowa protesters were arrested on Sunday night for being on the Capitol grounds past 11 o'clock. Today, the group was granted a 3-day permit to demonstrate on the west side of the State House round the clock. The group plans to meet at the State House every night at 6 o'clock to protest corporate greed and financial inequality.
And on Capitol Hill, President Obama's $447 billion jobs plan faces its first key test. The Senate will hold a procedural vote tonight. The package includes public works projects, unemployment assistance, and tax hikes for the wealthy, but it could be doomed. Early signs are the plan doesn't have enough support to pass. And we're following a developing story right now, a foiled assassination attempt on U.S. soil. 2 Iranian agents are charged with attempting to kill the Saudi ambassador to the United States. The Justice Department says one of the men offered an undercover DEA agent posing as a member of a Mexican drug cartel $1.5 million to carry out the plot. You can watch for more on this story coming up next on the CBS Evening News.
It is a sign of the times. More people counting on welfare to get by. Here in Iowa, food assistance is up more than 10%. Now more states are considering drug testing for welfare recipients, forcing those who apply to submit a urine sample. Florida passed a similar law in July, and welfare applications dropped significantly there. 3 dozen other states may follow. The ACLU has filed suit to fight that law. And some bad news for Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Travel and Leisure magazine has dubbed it the most dangerous airport in America. The big concern is the number of near misses there. There have been 75 runway incidents in 5 years, including a near collision between 2 planes on the runway. Measures are now in place to try to slow the planes down.
And drivers slowing down, having a tough time seeing the road this morning, not because of the glare of the sun this time, but because of fog. Thick fog, as you may have seen, blanketed central Iowa for much of the morning. Authorities say there were a few accidents, but mostly just some minor fender benders. And that fog cleared out pretty
by
quickly.
About 10 o'clock or so. Nice weather back with us. Changes later tonight, though. We'll start to look for a chance of some rain. Let's take a look at the Viper display. And if you watch the loop over the last few minutes, you'll start to see a few thunderstorms trying to develop in south central Nebraska. These are ahead of a cold front which will gradually push into the state late tonight through tomorrow. We'll take you through the timeline and mainly west and into northwest Iowa tonight, and then gradually through the day tomorrow we'll see those showers and thunderstorms moving into western Iowa during the afternoon and then pushing on across central Iowa tomorrow night. So pretty good chance of some fairly widespread rain with this particular system. We haven't seen that in quite a while. Your weather headlines: clouds on the increase through the day tomorrow. Rain does look likely tomorrow, especially in the afternoon. Much cooler air will be filtering in for next week.
Thank you, John. And layaway may become a popular option this holiday season, but see why some hidden fees could end up costing you more. Plus, how the Girl Scouts are getting a 21st century makeover.
But first, she's Central Iowa's rising new star, how she helped Team USA win gymnastics gold.
This is KCCI News Channel 8's First News at 5 in HD with Kevin Cooney, Cynthia Fodor, and meteorologist Curtis Gertz. We're proud to be Iowa's news leader.
Des Moines transplant helps to lead Team USA Gymnastics to world gold. Team USA finished a whopping 4 points ahead of Russia at the World Gymnastics Championship last night in Tokyo.
It's the Americans' first title since 2007, and they did it with several new faces on the roster, including West Des Moines' own Gabby Douglas. She's on the far right there. We first introduced you to Douglas back in August. She moved from Virginia a year ago to train with Coach Chow in West Des Moines. That's Shawn Johnson's coach. Her specialty is the uneven bars.
You know, I was watching the Olympics in 2004, and I saw Carly Patterson. I was like, I want to go there. I want to do that.
And her dream could come true. The London Olympics are now less than a year away. Iowa's original Golden Girl, Shawn Johnson, is still training with Chow. You'll recall she's been plagued by injuries and did not make that world team, but she will compete next month on the Pan American team in Guadalajara, Mexico.
The Girl Scouts are leaping into the 21st century. For the first time in 25 years, the Girl Scouts are changing the way girls earn badges. Forget badges for fashion, fitness, and makeup. Now girls can earn patches for digital filmmaking, website design, and financial literacy. The change comes just ahead of the Girl Scouts' 100th anniversary next year.
Halloween is just over 2 weeks away now, but they're ready to go at the Blank Park Zoo. This is video of last year's Night Eyes, the Merry Not Scary Halloween event at the zoo every year. The zoo has received just over 500,000 treats for this year's upcoming festivities. Night Eyes runs October 20th through the 23rd, and then again the 27th through the 30th. Advanced tickets are just $3. After the 19th, they go up to $5. KCCI is proud to once again sponsor this year's Night Eyes.
What a fun event, a great event. It's been so nice out. It's hard to believe Halloween's just around the corner.
That'll be changing. Early next week, you'll say, oh, it's starting to feel a little like Halloween as the weather starts to cool off. But until then, mild temperatures once again today. Some great weather across the region. More in the forecast next.
Now, Storm Team 8, your most accurate meteorologist using the most advanced radar, live Super Doppler HD, keeping you safe under an umbrella of protection.
Some fantastic weather across the region today. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Not a lot of wind. Great day to be out. 76, 49 the dew point. Pretty dry here. Winds, though, out of the south, and the pressure steady at 2983. As we look at live Super Doppler, not much going on. If you look up behind the banner up here, you see there's a few showers. Those will drift up into southern Minnesota, but nothing in the near term to worry about. Just a beautiful day. Had a few fair weather cumulus and a couple higher clouds starting to drift in from the west. But main thing we're going to notice tonight are some showers or storms far west, and then thunderstorms here tomorrow. Highs today, so far 78, the high at the Des Moines Airport, up to the north, Fort Dodge, Waterloo, Mason City, all in the mid-70s, and right around 70 the northeast in Dubuque. But you'll notice out to the west it is cooling off. 60s from North Platte up to Rapid City. That is behind a line of showers, which is trying to develop right in here. You can see that stretching all the way up into northern North Dakota, southern Canada. That's where a frontal boundary is located, and showers and storms will kind of fill in gradually along that tonight and through the day tomorrow. The best chance for rain here is going to come during the afternoon and evening hours, but you can see by 5 o'clock tomorrow the front will be moving into western Iowa and some showers along that. So for tonight, most of the activity confined up to the northwest during the day tomorrow. That'll be pushing right across central Iowa. By Thursday, the clearing line moves in, and we'll see much cooler and breezy conditions as we wrap up the week and head into next week. For tonight, 57, partly cloudy, winds southeast 5 to 10. During the day tomorrow, rain chance will ramp up, especially during the afternoon. By afternoon toward evening, showers likely 71, and southeast winds at 5 to 15. We mentioned the cooler air. Breezy Friday, 65. As we move on into Saturday and Sunday, really not bad. Mid to upper 60s. And then it looks like a significant push of cold air is going to be poised to move in toward early to mid next week. That could bring a few rain showers, and high temperatures dropping all the way into the 50s Tuesday and Wednesday.
Ooh, I don't
Your
like
taste of fall is
down
finally
into-
coming.
Yeah, down into the 30s there.
At night, yes.
You won't pay attention to that right now.
Move right along.
That's right.
All right, thank you very much, John. Time to beat the traffic this afternoon. And this afternoon so far, there's some of the normal slowdowns as you head out to the western suburbs, but otherwise things seem to be pretty clear on the Beat the Traffic map. So that's good news.
It is good news. Stacey Horace tells us about the stories coming up at 6.
A surprising medical diagnosis for Des Moines lawmaker Akeo Abdul Samad.
A state legislator with deep ties to the community is in what some may say is the fight of his life. I'm Marcus McIntosh. We have that story coming up.
Timing really is everything, and that couldn't be more true for an Ames woman. I'm Angie Hunt. See how the timing of a new treatment helped save her life.
And police say this guy tried to use super glue as a weapon. All new stories tonight at 6.
Thank you, Stacey. Researchers have long said vitamin E can help prevent prostate cancer, but a new study shows just the opposite, what it means for prostate prevention. But first, our Facebook fan of the day today is Chad Whitrock. Thanks for watching News Channel 8, Chad.
Are you putting off holiday shopping because money is a little bit tight? Well, layaway may be an option for you, but don't let those sneaky fees and pitfalls catch you by surprise. Here's what you should know. Walmart, Toys R Us, Sears, and Kmart are among the stores now offering layaway. You will be hit by a service fee up front, though. Be sure you're on top of the ongoing payments. If you miss a payment, you could lose the item, and that could cost you more, too. Cancellation fees run about $15 to $30. All layaway plans are different, so be sure to read the fine print.
Health headlines now, more dangers of daily supplements, this time in men. Researchers have long touted the benefits of vitamin E and the mineral selenium for prostate cancer, but not anymore. Here's Sandra Hughes.
Ralph Sanderson decided to be in an experiment to see whether vitamin E could prevent him from getting prostate cancer. He was healthy and had no family history of the disease.
I had a couple of friends who had prostate cancer, and I thought this would be worth doing.
Now, new findings show the vitamin E Sanderson took has actually put him at a higher risk for the disease.
Men who took vitamin E alone were at a 17% increased risk of developing prostate cancer.
The study looked at about 35,000 healthy men who took vitamin E, the mineral selenium, or a placebo.
We really don't know why men who took vitamin E are at higher risk of getting prostate cancer. Interestingly, men who took selenium and vitamin E together were not at higher risk, and so there must be some interesting biology there yet, but we haven't figured it out.
The daily dose of vitamin E in the study was much more than found in over-the-counter multivitamins. Sanderson, now 68, is in good health and has no regrets participating in the research.
At least I feel as though we did learn something.
Researchers will continue to follow the men in the study to see whether their cancer risk decreases over time. Sandra Hughes, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And there's more health news tomorrow on KCCI. Dr. Oz says there are easy ways to save on supplements, beauty products, and prescriptions that could save you up to $1,000 a year. Get the cost-cutting, money-saving tips tomorrow at 4 on the Dr. Oz Show.
Today's market report is sponsored by Wells Fargo Advisors.
We've got a change in store.
Yeah, some showers moving in tomorrow. Wouldn't even rule out some thunder. Temperatures in the low 70s and then very mild as we head into the weekend.
And the CBS Evening News will bring you more information on stories you just saw here on First News at 5. The foiled assassination attempt here on U.S. soil and the new study that shows vitamin E may increase the risk of prostate cancer. Those stories and more just ahead on the CBS Evening News.
Until then, we hope you have a great evening tonight and join us again here on News Channel 8 at 6 in about a half hour.
Thanks for being with us. Good night.
KCCI News Channel 8 is online with local news, weather, and sports 24/7 at kcci.com.